Hey guys, welcome back to the Snap Ring Chronicles. Today we have another Ratchet video for you. But before we get started, if you could do me a big favor and give me a like and also subscribe to this channel if you find this sort of content, if you find it interesting or helpful in any way. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got. Okay, today we have a Vulcan B-59 ratchet. This one has a offset curved handle, a long handle, and also has a swivel head. This ratchet has seen better days. It looks pretty beat up. As you can see, the handle here, it's knurled, and it also has a hole to hang up. And the knurling doesn't seem too great. Kind of flat, not terrible, but I've seen better. And as you can see, this has been pretty abused. It's been whacked a good amount of times on the side there, mostly on this side. I guess that's the loosening side, so yeah, a lot of wax there and some wax on top too. And besides B-59 and Vulcan, there's no other lettering on this. Here's the back. There's a small, I don't know if that's a letter or a symbol. Could be a, if you look at it this way, it could be a D maybe, I'm not sure. But this is definitely made in the USA, and this is made by J.H. Williams & Co. As you can see here, it has the famous J.H. Williams head with the retention ring that's threaded. This one's loose already. And I'm not sure how this swivel is not really, it's swiveling, but there's no retention to it. It's pretty much limp. There's no hold or grab on it. It looks like there was a pin or something like pressed into the head part, and I don't know if it's been abused a lot or what the deal is, but it's not holding any positions. So I can't tell you much on that and how it originally held position. Maybe it was a little bit tighter, the fork. Not sure. I don't see any springs or anything underneath peeking through on the pin between the head and the fork. I don't see any sort of washers or springs, so I'm not sure how they kept this from falling over originally. Okay, you see it's well worn. The chrome is starting to peel on the underside here of the cup of the head. And here's the retention ring. It's loose already, like I said. And it's let me get it off here. Okay. And this is what I'm always talking about with J.H. Williams & Co. Oh, by the way, this is a J.H. Williams & Co. B-52 ratchet, 3/8. It's not too bad of shape, pretty decent. This is the parent company, I guess, of this. Not too sure where they sold these. Something online said they might have been through a tool truck. I'm not sure. If anybody has any info on that, drop me a line in the comments. Okay, this is why I would say be careful with the JH Williams and these retention rings. Somebody you can see didn't take much care and trying to remove this. You can see the edges of the notches here have been pretty chewed up by someone trying to knock it open with very little patience. So you see it's, I mean, it was, I guess you can open it and close it, but you can see it looks pretty bad there. And here are the threads for the ring. And this is a 3/8 head. Here is the mechanism. And let's take a look inside the head. Here, 41 teeth. 41 teeth in this. And as you can see, I don't know if you can tell here, the teeth are kind of leaning to one side. That's more signs of abuse. Down here, they look like they've been turned over to one side. I think this ratchet has seen its share of banging, and I don't know, I guess they tried to use this as a breaker bar, which you know, something this long, it's pretty long, this handle. I didn't measure it, but it's probably like over 10 inches long, 10, 11 inches. People usually think that they can just torque the hell out of these longer handle ratchets, and everything's gonna be alright. Well, eventually stuff like this happens. You see the teeth down here pretty like turned over. It's still holes. Like it's still ratcheting, but I don't know, doesn't look the greatest. Here's a look at the mechanism. Surprisingly, the teeth, there's two pawls on this mechanism, by the way. There's one in the one side, they're side by side. And the switch here is, it switches from side to side, and it pushes one pawl up and it pushes the other one up, and then you switch and it pushes that one up and that one. Underneath there's two balls. There's a ball under one pawl, and there's a ball under another pawl. And the switch the switch has a spring in a cutout in a hole that goes all the way through the switch, and there's a ball on each side of the spring. That's what comprises this mechanism, and it's a double pawl mechanism, so it's pretty good design, pretty sturdy. Williams has a good reputation for sturdy ratchet, especially vintage Williams. They got a pretty good reputation for strong ratchets, and people seem to always say good things about Williams. And the 3 teeth per side on the pawl. So here's the pawl, here's this pawl, and that pawl's teeth sticking out. Surprisingly, these teeth on the pawl, they look not bad. I don't know if they were replaced at one point or what the deal was, but these teeth look better than the teeth inside the head. I mean, there's a little bit of wear here, but not too bad. Yeah, there's some wear here. This one doesn't look that bad. The other ones look pretty sharp. This one doesn't look terrible. Just Looks like the tips are a little bit on as sharp as the other ones. Maybe a little bit rolled. And I'm not going to take this one apart because I don't want to turn this into a 20-minute video. If I have a video on how to take the J.H. Williams mechanisms apart, and I'm going to put that in the description in case you guys wanted to go through the full thing. And let me tell you that if you have a 1/2 inch version of this, 1/2 inch anvil, it's going to be easier than these smaller, the smaller 3/8. The smaller 3/8 has small ball bearings. I've taken these apart and they're kind of tricky to get back together because of those small ball bearings. So that's just the word to the wise, you know. If you want to take apart one of these, especially the 3/8, you're gonna have to have a little bit of patience to get all the stuff right and in place. Okay, so well, let me show you the ball D10. Looks pretty good. Looks well centered. Looks like they did a nice job on that. And to get this back together, you just take your mechanism, just drop that in like that, and you take your retention ring. Oops. And you thread that in. You want to put some lube between the threads, some oil or lube, so you won't have that hard of a job to when you want to open this up again. You don't want them to freeze up on you, these threads, because you can get rust in there and debris or whatever, and it could be a real pain in the ass. And it's taken me sometimes a couple of days to open up some of these because I didn't want to ruin the rings, just going little by little, trying to open up these Williams with the retention rings. You know, if you get impatient, you can yeah, you'll open it probably, and maybe you won't, because if you mess up these these cutouts here, if you mess them up like this one, if you mess them up like that one or that one, you won't have anything where you can hit or grab to get that, to hit that out and open it up. So yeah, be careful with these. You don't want to, I don't know, I just don't like seeing the rings all like chewed up like that. Okay. Alright guys, so that's my teardown and review of this Vulcan B-59 Ratchet by J.H. Williams. Okay, till next time.